Hey guys, happy hump day.
You're still saying that in 2020?
Yeah, welcome to fucking group chat, man.
I thought D's in Paris. What's his voice?
Huh, interesting.
Bonjour.
Nice of you to come hang out with us regular people and do a podcast.
I want to be as arrogant as a French person after
You
I come
are?
back.
What are you kidding? You would go to France and they'd be like, who's this arrogant asshole?
I'm actually fairly pleasant in France because their arrogance even makes me...
I think they're just better at it than you are.
Yeah.
Do you
only
actually
get,
feel it? I know that's the stigma. I've been a handful of times. I don't really feel a bad vibe.
I'll tell you, it's not... I don't feel the arrogance. What I do feel is a lack of giving a fuck about serving you at a restaurant, at a hotel. Like, they're just like, yeah, we'll get to it. Like, I'll order a drink, maybe 45 minutes later it'll show up. Service is definitely an issue.
Which is shocking because if tourism disappeared, that place would crumble.
They would love it if no tourists came.
But they would also
It's
wouldn't
like Supreme
exist.
though, right? If people stopped shopping at Supreme, they would crumble. But people like to go in there and get shit on.
Yeah.
I guess.
It's part of the thing.
Yeah.
It's part of the allure of Paris.
Paris.
Anyway, so you excited?
I'm excited.
Gonna go soak up some fashion and freeze your tits off?
I'm gonna, be very fashionable, walking around, being a little cold.
Dude,
Hopefully,
what are you
get
wearing,
this
Canada
running.
Goose?
I got a Canada Goose jacket.
Nice.
I got a thermal situation.
I saw
going
you
on.
pack and you laid out your less gray vintage, trying to really fit in with the youth, huh?
Yeah, I don't want to look too old there.
Looks like you shaved your face.
I did.
Yeah, trying to get rid of some of that stubble.
Yeah, I'm gonna have my wife clip my grays.
Yeah.
She does that
Yeah,
before
yeah.
a trip.
She picks
like-
out the,
Well, my grays are on my beard.
so she just hand picks them.
Yeah.
Got it. That's
And
cool,
clip,
man.
clip. I look 15 years younger.
So it looks like the circuit, everyone was in Milan first, right?
Yeah.
So what's the circuit? You start in Milan, then you go to Paris?
Pitti is right now in Milan. Then there's Paris. Then in Milan again, there's like Market Week. And then there's also something going on in Berlin. There's just a
So
lot
you
of
can
fashion.
screw around for a month in fashion.
And then New York.
Oh, yeah, if you're rich and just love whatever,
Fashion.
a good jacket, spend a month over there.
You gotta have layers for the January. Like in the summer, you can just wear a t-shirt and you're fine.
Yeah.
In January, you really gotta layer up. These guys come dressed up.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I really was gung-ho about going.
Yeah.
And then when you told me it was freezing cold, I was like, I'll wait till summer.
Yeah, the cold is not the exciting part about this.
Yeah. But I bet the fashion people love it.
Fashion people love it.
Yeah,
You wear
love to layer.
Scarves.
Yeah, it's probably worst case summer. You only get one item on the top and the bottom.
I see people in summer that they're trying to look cool and layer up.
Just sweating.
Sweating. They get to the restaurant or the fashion show or whatever, and I take it off. It's just armpit stains.
Fashion over function.
Yeah.
You know? Who cares if you have a heat stroke as long as you look hot as shit?
Literally.
Okay. All right. Well, and then tell people once again where to meet you at the Louvre.
We're gonna meet at the Louvre Thursday.
That was accurate, right? That was a good.
Yeah, that's
something like that. It's the big triangle
That's the
building
Louvre.
that everyone takes pictures of.
Yeah.
That's the goal. Thursday, I think 9:30 in the morning is that.
So it's going to be a cold run.
Very cold.
Okay.
I definitely don't have cold weather running gear.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the joys of living in Southern California.
Yes, indeed.
You guys, could I interest you in some news?
Yes.
Look at that. The Oscars are coming up. Anyone excited?
I'm very excited, except the fact that the Joker got the most nominations. This is why our country is falling apart.
Because they like shitty movies?
They have bad taste. You can't progress as a society when you have bad taste.
Do you think that conservatives like the Joker?
I still don't
Seems
get
more
your
like a
Joker
liberal-
take. How much were you on your phone during the movie?
I mean, that's every movie.
I was 0. Full attention. And I left so sad.
Did
'Cause
you
not only
not
is it a bad
like
movie,
it
but-
because it's a dark movie?
I don't mind dark movies.
I actually do
I love
mind
The Dark
movies.
Knight.
Gosh darn it. Okay, I actually don't like dark movies, and the fact that it was dark just added a little cherry of suck on top
But
of
what's
it.
the real bone to pick? Because
The real bone to pick is plain as, I'll just make it real simple. There is no story.
Yeah.
Every movie, good or bad, has this could happen, this is happening, here's the outcome. The outcome was just, all right, so the people that get picked on or are mentally unhealthy or whatever are gonna fuck us all up?
yeah, it's a great
No.
movie.
Because
No,
you want to know
it's not-
why?
it's not-
This is why.
it's so
great
annoying.
art.
To
That
me, it was
movie,
like part of like
Yeah.
The Dark Knight. You have like the Joker, you have all this stuff, and then there's an ending because the Dark Knight comes in and good prevails. This just ended of like, all right, so like, where the fuck's Batman at?
I
Yeah.
think that's the point. There's no Batman coming up.
There is a Batman.
There is, though,
That
'cause you
little
know there's
kid is
gonna be
going to come and kick his ass.
You know there's a Batman coming. He's
But in terms of society,
yeah, but
it's
then
a
they're going to put out a
social.
part
It's
two.
a social commentary.
They're going to put out a part 2 where frickin' Chris Hemsworth beats the shit out of Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
And now it's complete.
Yeah.
We had to watch 2 fucking
I don't know. I
movies to
think you
get
guys are in the
completion.
minority here.
Did you guys see my dad's email?
I didn't watch the video yet.
The Daily Dad update is my dad sent it seemed really good, I don't know, a YouTube video about how the wildfires have nothing to do with climate change, and it's actually a
Arson?
thing that's happening where kids are going around setting fires.
All over the country.
Yeah.
Because the fires are encompassing the
I get it.
entire.
I understand both sides. I'm not sure. Find people on both sides. I don't know.
Yeah, fine
But-
arsons.
Find arsons on all sides. But my dad seems to think that maybe we're not getting the full story. Maybe Jennifer Aniston doesn't know what she's talking about.
What's she saying?
She stood up at the
Golden
Golden
Globes?
Globes and said, "Make no mistake, this is climate change."
Wow.
Maybe not.
Maybe she's a scientist.
There might be a mistake.
Yeah.
So anyway, okay. So we're talking about the Oscars. Okay, when is the Oscars?
Soon. A couple
Like
weeks.
second or third week
Who's
of February.
hosting? Ellen?
No, I think it's hostless.
Last year was hostless
think
because
this
of the
year's-
Kevin Hart debacle, right?
Can someone fact check that? I thought it was Ellen. Hostless? Danny's saying
Dan says hostless.
Hostless.
Yeah, no one. It says no one's
What a
hosting.
joke. What a safe joke. You're telling me you don't watch Ricky Gervais and be like, damn, we need some of that.
So
Yeah.
I'm guessing 15 to 18% decline ratings. What
Yeah,
do you guys?
obviously. That's just
I'm
blind.
gonna go in the 20s. I'm going low 20s.
Because no host. At least
going-
Ricky Gervais got us.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
going devastatingly low.
And I think the other problem is what sucks about it. I mean, just looking at the nominations, these were all like pretty popular movies. It's not like your weirdo movies did sneak in, but like for the most part, these are movies that a lot of people watched.
Yeah.
And so you would think there'd be a lot more engagement, but no host, long show. I don't know. It's stupid.
Yeah, two things are true. Content's never been better than ever, and award shows have never been less relevant than ever.
Yeah. And I just don't understand. If someone just released on social media, which they will, releases, a list of all the winners, what's the point of watching the show? So that you can hear
Right.
Jennifer Aniston talk about Greta Thunberg? What's the reason? You want to see you really are dying to see who lit frickin' the Joker?
Yeah.
So do you guys know the best picture? Let's just get it out there so everyone knows. Ford versus Ferrari, The
Didn't see
Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women, Marriage Story, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Parasite.
So I've seen half those.
Give it to Parasite.
I would say Parasite too.
What won the 1917?
1917. I haven't
I'm
seen
going
that.
with 1917.
You didn't even, you said literally last week, no one has seen it. You know that, you said, you know that movie that no one has seen, 1917? But you're voting for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see. I don't think it's a good look. And I think that this whole no host thing is about the limit. Give it to Kevin Hart. Just let him come back.
Yeah.
It'd
Make
be
him come
great.
back. Let him make gay jokes and stuff.
I will
whatever.
say my one Oscar thing that I'm going to do is I've never been to Delilah on a Sunday night. I think I'm going to make it Oscar Sunday.
Yeah, you should. You'll probably run into some
Yeah.
Gwyneth Paltrow and her vagina candle.
It was just sold out.
Sold out? Yeah. Okay. All right. You ready to move on? Mm-hmm. Let's talk about a little bit of, this is good. You know, at the end of this episode, we do our As Seen on Social segment, but this would be good for that, but instead I'm going to burn it here. Young Jock. You guys remember Young Jock?
It's
course.
going down.
There we go. I
Meet
think
me
our
at the
audience is
mall.
in the age range where Young Jock probably played in high school, maybe college. And there's this video that came out on social media, apparently, of these girls being like, hey, you sound familiar. Their Uber driver has a hood on. You sound familiar. Where have I heard your voice? Oh, no, I don't know, whatever. Turns around, it's Young Jock driving Uber in like a Nissan. Mm-hmm. Now, I would just like to go on record ahead of time and say I think it's fake.
Okay.
It looked like bad acting. Now, I would also like to go on record and say if it's not fake, fuck those girls. Because
Yeah.
if Young Jock's out here struggling,
Yeah.
and you're playing him out on social media, and they were saying some kind of mean things,
Yeah.
fuck you.
Yeah, and what's interesting, the other day I took an Uber to dinner, and the guy was in a suit, and I never talk to anybody. I just mind my own business. I have headphones on, no music playing.
Yeah.
If you ever see me on the street with headphones, I got nothing in them. There's not a sound coming out of those. I just don't want people to talk to me.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there. I have headphones in my ear, and he's like, "Yeah, I just got off work." I was like, "Okay." I didn't. My phone got turned off, and I need to make $80 to get it turned on. So I'm driving tonight. I was like, "Good for you."
Yeah.
And then that's all I said. Good for you. Then it turned into.
Yep. That's where the headphones go.
Yeah, and I have headphones on. He
Say,
sees.
sorry, man. Hello? Yeah, I'm on my way. Go ahead, tell me about it. It's a long story. Tell me.
But the fascinating thing that I really thought about, think about it. The one cool thing about today's market is if you needed $80, you can make it pretty easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of
In
people out
Go
there
deliver
need
Postmates,
$80.
Instacart,
10 years
DoorDash,
ago,
Uber.
you could not make $80. If you needed to make $80 that night,
Yeah.
you could go make it.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And there's a lot of people that $80 would help. Like that. Like you could get your phone turned on for another month
Yeah.
for driving around for a few hours.
Yeah.
That's sick.
That is sick.
And also, all I'm saying is either Young Jock is faking, or those girls are assholes.
Because isn't he on TV?
Yeah. It says
He's
he's
on a
Love and
show.
Hip
He
Hop.
was on Love and Hip Hop. I don't know if he still is. But
We have
also,
some breaking news.
Okay.
It was fake.
Ah.
It came out.
Anybody need a ride to some event for hashtag? He hashtagged the whole thing and then said it was an ad.
Okay,
It's on
good.
his social.
Oh, it's for social
pull
media
up,
apps.
pull up rides.
Oh, it's for
Oh, it's a new
for- it's
ride
for an
sharing
app.
service
New
that will
ride-sharing
not
app.
exist.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, then good for Young Jock.
Good for Young Jock because that app is probably not going to work.
He probably would have made more money driving Uber than for whatever they paid him for that ad. Just saying. Think about it.
But on the second point, I don't think it's cool to shit on people trying to make a living.
No.
No.
Never.
Remember that happened to that guy? What was that? The guy was like a bagger at a
Yeah.
grocery store or something, and then he got famous. He got
Yeah.
like Ellen hit him up or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Glad you guys really connected with me on that story.
I know what you're talking
I know
about.
what you're talking about. I just don't know the details.
If you're going to bring something up, know what the
Shut
fuck
up!
you're talking
I thought
about.
you guys would be like, "Oh yeah, Tim the bagger."
I'm not going to lie. I'm
All
not
right.
a liar.
You want me to? I'm gonna burn another scene on social.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown appears to have lost his shit.
Yes.
So a little update on Antonio Brown. He's an incredible athlete. There was a very severe hit years ago that you can Google that people say from the moment of that hit, he was always a good team player. Everyone loved him. From the moment of that hit, things changed. Could be true, could not be, I don't know. But he turned into a bit of a crazy person. Had a lot of trouble in the league. Got booted. Finally by the Patriots was the final one.
Yep.
Recently has hyped up a potential boxing match with Logan Paul. And now there's this video circling the web of him just screaming at police officers. It looks like, I don't know, is that like his baby mom or something?
Yeah.
His kids.
Kids are in there. Ugh.
Screaming the craziest shit. And it just looks like someone who has lost their mind.
And
So-
to tap it off, he threw gummy bears in the shape of a penis at his baby mom's in front of the cops.
Why does he have those?
I don't know. He's a bag of dicks.
Did he say he has a bag
Yeah,
of dicks?
that's what TMZ reported.
Wow. Why does he have a bag of dicks in his house? Did
I mean,
you just have a bachelorette party?
so my question is, good point. Is it truly CTE or is it someone that was very famous, very successful, very wealthy, has lost his way, and that has caused them?
Or all the above?
I would love to hear from people that have played football, doesn't even at the high school or college level, and how real something like this is. I mean, Pete,
Yeah, I played. My brother also, he had 4 concussions and they didn't allow him to play football anymore.
Okay, but what's he like in regular life? Like, is he throwing a bag of dicks?
No, he's not nearly as crazy.
Yeah, but he
but
didn't
give
play
him a
12
handful-
years in the NFL
Yeah.
getting hit by 200.
Also give him some millions of dollars. He'll be throwing dicks all over the place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Things change
Yeah,
a
I
little
think
bit.
that could be-
Bucks, he's chucking birds.
I mean, we know enough NFL players.
But
It's real.
I know. So, but here's the thing: is we know tons of NFL players. I've never seen that before.
Okay, so I'm not going to say his name, but it's someone we both know. He played 1 or 2 years in the NFL, I think primarily practice squad.
Yeah.
And he was a star in college, and he said he had so many concussions. His senior year of college, he would just uncontrollably cry in the classroom with no cause.
Yeah.
And he didn't play 12 years in the NFL.
Yeah.
He played 4 intense years in college and maybe some hits in the NFL. And he said that happened in college.
Yeah. But he's fine now.
I mean, we had an employee that only played high school football and had to take daily medication or else he would get severe headaches from multiple concussions.
First of all, that kid should have never played football. He's tiny.
Doesn't matter.
Like, if you're going to go and
High
play.
school, everyone's tiny in high school. You mean
Nah.
kids in high school, their parents are like, yeah, get out there, bud. CT.
It's crazy how many people don't realize that and keep signing their kids up.
I mean, our host here wants to fucking spar boxing after talking about CTE.
Listen.
Yeah.
No.
He's boxing like a weird rubber ball by himself. He's not fighting anybody.
No, he wants to.
You just wait.
Yeah.
I've already done it
Is Drama
twice.
going to fight Logan Paul by the end of 2020?
No, I'll never fight without it.
I think group chat would really get a boost if you did that.
And Drama would be pummeled to the
Yeah,
ground.
unfortunately, as much as I would like to act tough, Logan's just quite a bit bigger than I am.
Yeah, I'm really, I understand CTE is definitely to be blamed, probably. But the loss of the fame, the wealth, what you do for a living is equally as bad. Because you could argue that people, high-powered executives that have been fired, lost their job, they go crazy too.
I also just want to point out that CTE is super popular, like the topic. Any traumatic brain injury can cause you like severe personality problems.
Yeah.
And they say that, like, I forget the number now, but like 60% of all homeless males have had traumatic brain injuries.
Wow.
Like it's
schizophrenia is, I think, the highest cause of homelessness.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a right statistic. I could have made that up.
Yeah, but the point is, like, even if he doesn't have CT, just for the sake of conversation, you can't get multiple concussions. I mean, some people are okay, but rarely.
But I think D's right to an extent that I'm sure it's both. I think he has CTE issues, and he can't take that he's no longer relevant.
But
and he's
also,
dying for relevance.
I want to put the last little sprinkle on it. If you're rich, you can be crazier than a normal person.
Yeah.
Like, the worst thing you could possibly do is give someone with maybe some slight personality issues millions of dollars.
Right.
And now no purpose, and now, like, are you kidding?
Yeah,
Of course he's throwing dicks all around the place.
It's scary.
Okay. Well, had to bring it up. So hopefully that wasn't anyone seen on social because we just burnt through 2 of them.
Okay.
Let's talk about this. Exciting news. NASA has discovered, there's a lot of debate over where and if there are other Earth-like planets and what type of other planets are out there in the solar system. NASA has discovered a planet that looks like roughly 7 times bigger than Earth.
Well, I'm not giving NASA credit.
No, hold on. I want to get to it.
Okay.
The punchline is, it's big news.
Yeah.
I mean, this massive planet has just been discovered really by just perusing around the solar system for other stuff.
Yeah.
The kicker is, it was discovered by a frickin' 17-year-old intern.
I want to cut all the funding for NASA immediately.
Didn't Trump say that?
Yeah, I'm with him on this. This 17-year-old kid, his name's Wolf. Wolf just shows up, 3rd day, discovers another planet. What are these clowns doing?
I don't know, man. I don't know. But give Wolf a frickin' telescope.
Yeah,
Let him get to work.
How did NASA become this apparel explosion, by the way?
Space is hot.
It's on trend.
People don't understand.
Everyone's wearing NASA
I feel like it
shirts.
started with like Pharrell,
And then, the whole space, Mars, shit's hot.
Because of Elon, right?
Yeah, I'm
an
sure it's
alien.
all of it.
Yeah, we're going to live on Mars.
2020, you want to live in the future.
I'm
It's all in the
from-
air.
It's out of this world.
Yeah.
Space is
In the
hot.
galaxy.
Space is hot, and this 17-year-old is finding new planets.
Good for him.
I'm just saying, like, why don't we just hand out telescopes?
If we got rid of NASA, we can give every kid a telescope.
It's an intern. Said it was on his 3rd day.
3rd day. Imagine what he did on his 5th.
Can you imagine what we do to interns on their 3rd day? It's like, hey, fuck with this a little bit.
Yeah.
And this kid came back and said, I think I found, hey, it's me, Wolf.
Yeah.
It's really big. I think I found this really big planet. And they're like, what the fuck?
Does that mean people at NASA are like pretty much most companies, they do nothing all day?
It is government funded, so I
I would
wouldn't be
argue,
surprised.
I would argue most do.
But these are like rocket scientists. They're not like trying to just do shit.
I think clock in, clock out. It's like working at the DWP.
Yeah, you get bored. You're just collecting a
DMV, NASA's like the DMV.
Yes,
Just highly
check.
inefficient.
For sure. I
Did
mean,
you
when's
see
the last
anything
time
in Mars today, John? Nope.
What are they even doing? We don't have a moon race. We don't have anything to even, what do they even care?
Yeah.
Elon's kicking their asses. They're like, what the fuck are we doing?
And before I forget, because I told Drama this earlier today, I forgot to tell you. a friend of mine, don't want to out him, is in Europe right now. He met a professional sailor who races for a living. He sailed Greta across the Atlantic. And I was like, why the hell is she sailing?
Because she can't fly.
No carbon footprint.
Oh.
She's the real deal.
She's stupid. You know how long it takes to sail across
I'm just
the
saying,
Atlantic?
she picked a very inconvenient mission statement.
Here's an inconvenient truth. You're wasting time.
Oh, man.
Greta's just fucking sailing across the Atlantic.
I also didn't realize, I think Greta might be the most
There's no
hated.
gas used?
No, it's a non-diesel ship.
So how is it being fueled?
It's a
I'm
sailboat.
not the sailor, bro.
It's just wind? I'm going to get there in 3 to 12 months, depending on the current and the wind.
I saw a picture of the sailor. I'll show it.
I hate her even more now.
I think everyone hates her. I think she's like one of the most hated people.
Yes.
How is she
I think
so
it's
hated?
She's so
her
hated.
and then the guy in Iran that we just killed.
her first. I mean, there are
If you ask
definitely.
the average person,
Yeah.
they would say her over
You don't think there's
Qassam
conservatives
Soleimani.
that would drone strike her if they had the chance?
Jesus.
I'm just saying people would do it, not me. Just saying.
You can't find her. She's in the middle of goddamn ocean.
What's funny is I looked at the comments in that YouTube video that my dad sent, and it was all just Greta hate. And they didn't even talk about Greta. It was just like, Greta is the Forrest Gump of climate change. It's like, okay, man. I didn't, gee.
The no carbon footprint.
Doesn't this guy look like he's no carbon footprint? That's the sailor.
I mean, I guess.
Unclear. That guy looks like he might have a little engine.
Yeah. I just don't understand how you have no carbon footprint and you have no fuel and you somehow get across the ocean.
Wind,
I don't
bro.
know.
How do you think Christopher Columbus did it?
That's our. He got lost and ended up here.
State-of-the-art sailboat.
go.
That's what it was. A state-of-the-art sailboat. So she's really sailing.
Yeah.
She's sailing. And our guy here that was here for yesterday's episode, or for Monday's episode, said that when she was out here, she drove around in Arnold Schwarzenegger's electric converted Hummer that was like the base of a Tesla with a Hummer body on top.
Got it.
She's zero.
What
Her
about
life
clothes?
must be miserable.
If you buy clothes and
It's
you.
probably tough. She's
Sustainable clothes, right? Reformation.
How much?
don't think
how
sustainable
much
is
would
zero.
like a tabloid pay for her to just be having like a latte or a Coke, and then she has plastic straws?
Oh, yeah.
We could fake some things.
But that's not a footprint issue, right? I mean,
That's just killing the
that's just
frogs, right?
pollution.
Or
That's,
cleaning-
yeah.
She can do
can't.
that.
She
She
can do
can
that.
her brand is carbon footprint.
Okay.
She can kill all the turtles she wants. No one cares. Okay. Let's talk about some other people that are pissed off.
Okay.
Iranians.
Yes.
So it seems like there's some protests boiling up. The first ones I saw were during the funeral for the general that was killed, where they were saying "Death to America."
Yeah.
Seems like maybe the sentiment has changed. I don't know if it's because of this accidental passenger plane that was shot down, but it seems like now people are protesting against Iran. Is that accurate?
Yeah, and I think a couple things has happened. There was, the social media kind of things we saw that it said "Death to America." Then I actually saw a bunch of Iranians post how this person, like, everyone is glad he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
So that could be, only showed to certain types of people. Who knows? Then recently, I think the admission of guilt of shooting down the plane has caused complete chaos.
Oh, I'm out of the news loop. They admitted that they shot it down?
Yes, they admitted they shot it down.
Oh, shit.
Well, the U.S. confirmed it.
And then Iran
Yeah.
they admitted to. So now that they've admitted that whoopsie daisy, we shot down and killed 180 people.
And 60 Canadians? Come on.
63. It sounds so weird.
Wait, they could be tourists.
A
No,
third
I'm
of the
sorry.
plane is from one country?
Yeah, that's something we got to dig into. But
No,
the
when
point
you go
is-
to the airport, you see these big tour groups.
the point is no one kills Canadians.
I think it was an accident. I don't think they...
I'm just saying, Canadians, come on. It is an accident, but you
Yeah.
killed the one people that never mess with anyone.
I mean, we'll see. I just think this incident has caused a lot of craziness. And there was even a student protest where there was an American and Israeli flag. And this all could be all fake and doctored, who knows. But the Iranian students were not protesting against America.
Yeah, I saw
None of
that.
the things that some of the narrative that you're being told is not even really the case. Let me tell you, this looks really all good for the Donald.
Oh, great for the dog.
But I think a lot of these countries with oppressive regimes, it's pretty clear that the average person doesn't support them. They just have no choice.
Yeah.
And social media has empowered the average person to express their view, and then the country shuts down the internet, and then they start blocking
But think about
stuff.
all the people over here that, you know, when we killed this guy and they're marching through the streets saying death to America, like, think about all the Colin Kaepernicks that were like one girl wrote, I forget who it was, an actress lady wrote like, Iran, we sincerely apologize. We're being held captive by a dictator. Please forgive us.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's just like,
that's unacceptable.
oh my God.
That's absolutely unacceptable.
She's a traitor.
Traitor! Droner!
Because Republicans were loving it. They were like, they hate Donald Trump so much
That they hate
they're
America.
willing to defend Iran.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it just shows like shit is just, you know, weirder than ever every single day. And you kick it up a notch with a little bit of a little drone strike, and everyone's like World War III, and oh my God, please save us, please.
My meme account has died. There's just now that there's no impending doom.
War.
We're just lucky that Twitter isn't an actual real reflection of the world. Because otherwise the world would be over 10 times over.
Yeah, but to a lot of people it is. I mean, people vote based off of it.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. What do you think? Frickin' Donald Trump.
That was Facebook. Not Twitter.
Twitter's not that
Same
powerful.
thing.
Twitter's not that powerful.
Twitter's a big meme account.
But I'm
Twitter's
just
just
saying,
for hate and memes.
But I'm saying the same thing that the cesspool of Facebook, which is very similar to Twitter, people vote based off of off of that crap.
Twitter's become a bad place.
Whatever. Anyway, okay. You know what? If we got any ads, frickin' put them here. And we're back. Hope you liked it. Hope you buy whatever they sold you. I need a moment of silence because
so you should be quiet there.
we've lost. Well, let me say why first. We've lost a real icon, something that brought a lot of joy to a lot of young people, and he's a real staple in our community. So please,
Jewel?
No, Jewel's still going strong.
Okay.
Yeah. Just give me 1 second, please. Moment of silence. Okay, that's it. Active Ride Shop. Don't know how much of a place it played in your guys' childhood. For mine, it was huge. Grew up skateboarding. Active Ride Shop was a big deal. I think it was also very California-based, so it was a little cooler. Coming out to California, we walk into an Active, you get the catalogs. Pretty cool thing. They have officially closed all of their doors. For the listener, similar to a
Neighborhood
Zoomies.
skate shop. Well, I'd say neighborhood skate shop. They were able to scale.
Yeah, but similar to a Zoomies, but more skate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you didn't have to hate it if you were a skater. You were allowed to like it.
It was so close, but no, you were allowed to like it.
Okay.
Yep. And they also sponsored like very real skaters, so you were allowed to like it. They weren't in malls really; they were standalone. So yeah, it was approved. But maybe that's what did them in because the sellouts are doing well.
Yes. 26 stores they had up until recently, which is pretty impressive. Like your cousin Rob, I remember vividly hearing him say one time, he's like, "Who skateboards?" in a meeting.
Yep. And that's a guy who built an empire.
An empire of skateboarding.
Yeah.
He's like, nobody skateboards. I remember hearing that vividly at the Fantasy Factory years ago when we were, I don't know what we were talking about at the time.
He actually went through the numbers.
Probably selling skateboards.
It was like in the hundreds of thousands
Yeah, it
in
was
the
like
entire country.
It's like 200,000 people or something like that.
Yeah, he went through it because I think he was making a movie or obviously selling a lot of skateboard product.
Yeah.
And I think the point he was making is like when it comes, like a lot of people skateboard and it's a great thing, but when it comes to really trying to build a massive business, it's not a huge market, not as big as you think.
I think the skate culture has massive influence on fashion, music, popular culture, but the actual, it's not like basketball where like there's like this whole, I don't know, there's massive business around basketball. Skateboarding has the influence. There's no doubt in fashion, all levels of fashion, skateboard has influence, music, artists, but it just, for whatever reason, the actual concept of riding a board isn't big. Probably because it's dangerous.
Here's what else is interesting. This is the first year, well, football.
You get pads.
Well, this is the first year that skateboarding's in the Olympics. And it's like
Yeah.
a big deal. And it's causing like all this conversation in skateboarding because it's like changing kind of skateboarding.
Who's in the front running to represent the U.S.?
It'll be Nyjah.
Yeah.
Nyjah's number one. I don't know, whoever else. Nyjah and the rest.
Yeah.
Can we get Mikey Taylor out of retirement?
He's selling houses, man, or renting them, or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean?
Renting.
He's renting. Sorry, no disrespect, Mike. He's buying massive buildings. Okay, sorry, Jesus. I
And he's dancing on TikTok.
don't want to be an asshole. Like he's fucking renting houses for a living. Okay. But anyway, but even that couldn't save skateboarding because core skateboarding just isn't that big of a thing.
Yeah.
So, rest in peace. They had a good run.
Yeah.
But all good things come to an end. Mm-hmm. Okay, moving on. Looks like Barstool, one of the companies that we really appreciate here at Group Chat, even though they stole our podcast name, might be selling soon. This is interesting because you have this very celebrity leader who's like putting out sex tapes and like just everyone loves eating pizza, like doing his whole thing. This almost feels to me like when Supreme sold. Like you kind of I feel like they gotta like be careful with the optics of it all.
Yeah.
So the company that's potentially in the bidding is a company called Penn National Gaming, a publicly traded regional gambling company that operates 41 properties in 19 states. So,
Gambling money is good.
This is the right partner,
Yeah.
right? Because they're not going to be held to traditional media standards, media P&L. They're not have to integrate into some big media company. Mm-hmm. This is the perfect buyer, in my opinion, as long as El Presidente stays on board to continue the fuckery.
Yep.
A gambling company?
Is sports gambling legal?
In certain states.
Got it. Because, don't you think that's probably part of the strategic?
Yeah, exactly. Look.
Imagine if there's Barstool gambling.
So,
you shitting me?
Exactly. And I think that's where there's this enormous opportunity for gaming and this type of content to kind of come together. Because gambling for most people is supposed to be fun and entertaining.
Well, it is until you spend the money.
Yeah, exactly. And I think this combination could be really, really amazing with so many states pretty soon going to legalize gambling.
Yep.
There's already New Jersey. And I just think this could be an amazing match made. But the problem is if they lose, they got to have El Presidente come along for it.
And all the personalities, right? El Presidente obviously being by far the most important.
Yeah.
You got to keep the company culture alive.
We'd have to leave. Anyone with half a brain knows that, right? And won't let him.
Just pay him $5 million a year and just tell him stay and just say
You think that's all he makes?
I don't even think he makes that much money.
But in a sale, I know the Chernin Group owns them.
Yeah.
But I'd imagine he's incentivized.
Sure.
He's the whole company.
But going forward, you're going to have to pay him a lot of money to keep him
Tony
reported.
Romo's going to make 10 to 14 million next year, they said. Who's more important? El Presidente or Tony Romo?
More people watch Tony Romo.
Do they?
On Sunday Night Football. What does he do? Football?
He does CBS and
You're talking 15, 20 million people watch these games.
one day.
Yeah.
What was Barstool's impressions throughout the course of a week?
Definitely more, but that one game generates a lot of money.
Yeah. Sure.
El Presidente is worth more.
He's definitely worth more.
But Tony Romo's more of a household name.
Yeah.
More people know who Tony Romo is.
Yeah. I just think, to me, they're the most valuable media asset. If you want to target male.
Yeah.
And they're saying it's only going to go for a few hundred million.
It's a steal.
That's great. Good for El Presidente.
You couldn't buy BuzzFeed or Vice or any of those for a few hundred million.
That's only because investors have just put too much money in it.
What I'm saying is they're not up for sale if people wanted to buy them at that price.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'd rather own Barstool.
Of course.
Yeah.
Than those people?
Yeah.
BuzzFeed or Vice?
Yeah,
These
no
are
question.
garbage cans.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, good for El Presidente and team.
Yes.
He
I
looks like
bet you
this.
the team's not going to see a dime of that, but El Presidente, I'm sure, is fine.
That's so good. Okay. All right. How about the fact that, this huge news story a month or so ago was the Away CEO, Steph Korey, not to be confused with Steph Curry.
Steph Korey with the shot.
And she had some angry messages on Slack saying some, slightly inappropriate things. It got blown up in the press. She said, okay, I'm stepping down. Turns out she's not fucking leaving.
Nope.
She's staying.
She's staying.
Do you think? I really think that she just said, you know what? Let me just tell these clowns I'm stepping down. Wait till this blows over, and I'm back in here on Slack right in your ass.
No, I actually think she did. She got the pressure, Then it died off like everything else does.
Yeah.
And she was like, why am I leaving? I started this company. Screw you.
Stop stepping down. I'm saying
Yeah.
2019 was the year of the step down.
Yeah.
2020 is the year of
You
sticking
step up.
around.
But I'm curious if the board was like, no, we need you. Like they had a few weeks without her and it was a disaster.
Or maybe they were like, you didn't even really say anything bad. Fuck this outrage stuff.
Yeah. Don't go away.
Oh my gosh. You always do that.
Yeah, just ruin segments.
You have a good flow going on and then you just shit on the whole segment.
I mean, they're going to face the exact same challenges that all the DDC companies that we talk about. So maybe they need
Yeah, get the leader.
bring them back.
You need people that are, what you call them? Millennial twats?
Yeah.
Cool. You need some leaders like that in 2020.
Yeah, El Presente is saying much worse.
Way
El
worse.
Presidente is literally leaking a sex tape and calling people the most horrendous thing. That's how you get to a successful exit.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay. Well, good for her.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great move for her. She got what, 2 weeks of bad press, and now she's back.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I might sound a little bitter here, but like I'm right now. I'm really in favor of like if you actually do something messed up, yeah, you should leave. Off with your head. You're out.
But who's determining what's actually messed up?
Me in this case.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
if whatever.
So is Harvey Weinstein? Did he cross the line?
No, he's fine.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Kidding. Of course. So anything like that, anything racial, anything like that, you 100% should never
How about
work
sexual
again.
assault?
Never work again.
Okay.
But like Aziz got screwed.
Aziz should be. We should all apologize.
He's gone.
to Aziz.
He's gone.
But he came back with that
He
hot
did-
special.
yeah,
I
but
know,
have
but
you
I
heard
think
anything?
he's so afraid.
I think his soul got broken. I think he's totally fine. No one even cares. The special was hot. It did well. There's probably some more outrage. He's probably weak. He probably just couldn't take the like bad backlash.
Yeah.
That sounds like a personal problem. I don't think he can take it.
he doesn't have the confidence.
Well, didn't I feel like his writing partner passed away too, similar time
Yeah, it's
to all
terrible.
this happen, and maybe just been a combination
Yeah.
of everything.
I think he just. I think
went a
it's
little
too tough.
Antonio Brown.
I'm not saying that. Jesus.
Maybe.
I was trying to defend him.
Maybe, but also maybe he'll just like have a hot Netflix show next month.
Once every couple years,
What,
put out a
if you get
special.
10 million for a show, what do you care?
But I'm just saying we're not giving him any time. Like that special came out not that long ago.
And no one talks about him anymore.
I know, but he could be coming back.
Because
with a
you're
hot-
not in public spotlight. If we
I mean,
don't-
the amount of content that's being purchased, Aziz can't sell something?
He's probably selling something. I'm going to give him hope. I think there's still time that he could be selling something quietly, and it gets announced.
what
next
was his
month.
shoe called? I loved it. I don't
Master
remember the
of
name
None.
of it.
Yeah,
Master of None.
Master of None. Great show.
Good show. But anyway, so my point is, people like that should be fine. Whatever. I am other than sexual assault, racism, all of those very real things. I think that trying to
Name calling, okay.
destroy someone like this, I think the people that are outraged should lose.
Okay.
And I like when they lose.
Okay.
Because I think people need to toughen up a little bit. And I think, you know what, every now and then you need to be called a twat.
I'm okay with
Okay.
that.
Not a big deal. Okay, let's talk about someone who's probably calling a lot of people twats because they're doing really well.
Yeah.
Gymshark.
Yes.
Gymshark Sportswear looks like they're raising or trying to raise money. I had no idea how well they were doing. I've seen them on social media. I know they do some good influencer stuff, but I had no idea.
I really wanted to talk about them because there's a lot of companies in the news that constantly get press that are venture backed, direct to consumer. If you go on like VC Twitter, they all just tell you direct to consumer companies are useless, stupid, bad investments. The ones they invested in were bad.
Yeah.
There are companies that actually got built, Barstool being one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Gymshark being another, Fashion Nova. The list goes on and on and on. And Gymshark, for those that don't know, is a British-based activewear brand, dual gender, launched, I don't know, maybe 7-8 years ago.
Yep.
And they did something that a lot of other fashion brands did, which is capitalize on influencers, specifically YouTube fitness people. And the business exploded. It's supposedly doing $300 million this year and extremely profitable.
That's staggering.
Staggering. I had no idea.
Yeah.
You could have asked me Gymshark. I could have said literally 5 million
Yeah.
to 50.
So my only point of references I had was we used to work with Steve Cook, who is a big fitness influencer.
Yeah.
We paid him pretty good money, and I'm pretty sure Gymshark paid him more
Yeah.
because he was very loyal to them and really wanted to work with them on the activewear stuff. And my other point of reference is I saw them. They did a pop up on Melrose, and the line was nuts.
Really?
Nuts. And I think in fitness, and an area like fitness, so I'll give you my anecdote with Grand AC. If you're trying to be an activewear brand for everybody, you're screwed. It's too big. Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, Lululemon, it's too hard to compete with them. But if you focus on a niche in activewear or in anything in fashion, you can build an audience. And I'm not trying to insult anyone, but Gymshark strikes me as like the meathead audience.
Yep.
The jug of water guy.
Seems
or
fair.
gal.
Yeah.
And they kind of, when you look on Instagram and look at those types of people, they're all Gymshark ambassadors.
Mm-hmm.
And they've kind of cornered that market of those types of people.
Yeah, corner the meatheads.
Yeah, corner the meatheads. Corner meat shop.
Yeah, it paid off.
It's just fascinating that you see the success of Gymshark. Then you see...
Away.
No, forget. I was even going to the D2C route. I was just saying, just this whole fitness market.
Yeah.
It's hundreds of billions of dollars. You have all these companies: Peloton, Mirror, Tonal, Equinox, ClassPass. But then simultaneously, you have rising obesity, rising diabetes, more heart disease, and so who's actually working out?
We're polarized. It's very polarized.
There's a lot more people working out than ever.
I also think there's a lot of fatties wearing gym pants.
They're not wearing Gymshark.
Maybe not Gymshark, but I'm just saying there's a lot of people that aren't going to the gym walking around in activewear.
Yeah, that's true. It's comfortable. Activewear is very comfortable.
And people are still signing up for all these services, just not using them.
Yeah, you get a nice breeze.
They do the 1 week keto.
Yeah.
I think you feel more active if you put on a.
Next time we have Brian Toll on. He's bought a Peloton recently. He's been going after it
And
last week.
he says he lost weight.
He did.
I mean, it's probably not because of the stupid bike. It's probably because he's watched what he's eating. He's
But
probably
whatever,
not eating
he's
out
the,
7
he's
nights
the
a
small
week.
group of the rich, customer for Peloton. I don't think any of us deny that customer is very real. Peloton's great for Brian Toll.
Yeah.
It's a great $10 million business.
Yeah, it's a great 10 million. There's $10 million worth of buying tools.
It's great. Capitalize.
Yeah, but Gymshark is phenomenal.
Want to be a meathead? There's 300 million.
So I wonder, similar to skate, if you wear a core skate brand and you're not really a skater, do you think the meathead who sees a fatty wearing a Gymshark, what are you doing, bro?
Maybe. Maybe.
I feel like they're an encouraging community. Though.
No.
Some are, but some are not. It depends on which group.
Oh, they
Yeah.
body shame.
I mean, no. There are the ones that are this is meant for real people that work out.
Yeah, that
I'm
exists.
feeling that way, but
Got it.
Yeah, you
That's
gotta be
also
careful.
Christian Guzman's brand, right? Is that his name?
Yep.
Alfeet. What is it?
Alphalete.
Alphalete.
Alfeet is the him and Taylor did a collab.
So you're saying Gymshark is if I rolled up in a Gymshark to your local LA Fitness, people would stare me down.
no.
They'd stare you down in the gym anyway. That's
I
what
don't know
they'd
if
be doing here.
I don't know if Gymshark is the thing. I just think that there are things. And number one, you could be a Gymshark guy. If you're a super, obviously never touched a gym and you're walking around in Gymshark, maybe you'd get a few looks from the meatheads.
Yeah.
But I think it does exist in working out. But I do think the working out community, skating is so core, which is why it's so small. Look at how big the fitness industry is because they accept more people. I don't think.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to walk into Gold's Gym, rocking have your hands all taped up and what's up, bitches?
With
And they're
14
"All right,
gallons of
dude,
water.
get outta here." Just strapped with water and what's up? You guys counted your macros today or what, bitches?
And then you have just big Ziploc gallon bags of chicken.
Yeah.
And you're just snorting
Cottage
lines of whey
cheese,
protein.
cottage cheese, and
Yeah.
eggs.
Yeah, then you would get hated on. Okay. All right. Well, good shit. Who's ready to end with a bang?
Me.
Okay, we are going to, this is called Scene on Social. We do it every Wednesday at the end of our episode, and this is where we simply mention one cool thing that we've seen on social media throughout the week that we think everyone should be aware of. D, what do you got?
I'm more interested in rap social media. That's where I spend my time.
There's a lot of content there.
Future and his new girlfriend,
Yep.
Lori Harvey, which is
Harvey.
Steve Harvey's daughter,
Yeah.
was dating Mr. Diddy
I believe Diddy's son as well.
and Diddy's son, and now she's
And didn't Drake rap about her?
Meek.
Meek.
Meek, sorry.
That's on his Christmas list, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, from what you know.
That's what it says.
But it was in the Drake song, right? The Drake
Yeah.
Meek song.
Yeah.
And I see them, at a very nice pool in some exotic location.
Yep.
Seem to be making out.
Seem to be. Were they or were they not?
I can't tell.
Okay.
But it seems like they're together.
Okay.
Which is big news for the hip hop community.
Yeah, she seems like I don't know really
She's the
much
it girl.
about her. She looks pretty, but she looks like the one to get.
Yeah.
He posted her, right, in the pool?
Yeah.
What do you
Was
do
that
if you're
today?
Steve Harvey? You think Steve Harvey gives a shit?
No.
No,
He's
I
too
don't
busy
think
giving wrong information at pageants.
I feel like he's killing it. Didn't he just do the New Year's special?
yeah, he's huge.
But he recently gave more wrong information in a pageant.
Yeah, that's his thing. He just gives wrong info.
And then he stared. He's a meme machine.
Yes.
Because him and Gronk, like on the New
Yeah.
Year's special, that went viral.
Because he does that show, right, where people say stupid stuff and then he gives crazy reactions.
Yeah.
And those reactions always go viral. But, I mean, you don't think you're bummed if, like, your sweet, sweet little baby princess is, like, the girl to get?
For rappers?
Yeah.
I feel like he could do a good comedy special incorporating some of his daughter's choices.
If you can't, because it's just going to devastate your poor little daughter.
Yeah.
You still have to deal with her on
Yeah.
dinner night.
Okay, that was mine.
Okay. Anand?
So mine's real time. I had to switch it up.
Okay.
So right now we're recording the national title games being played.
Yep.
LSU versus Clemson in
Did the Donald come?
Louisiana. And yes, the Donald pregame, quote, deafening roar of applause for Donald Trump and Melania, as well as loud USA chants as they enter the field for the national anthem before the game.
He's getting reelected. He's getting reelected.
USA.
I'll tell you, that little drone strike went off without a hitch.
The polarization of the country. It's so, like, how can, like, if he showed up at the Golden Globes, what happens? People throw shit at him?
Yeah.
And then you go to LSU game in New Orleans and you have the whole stadium chanting USA?
He's getting reelected.
Yeah,
He's getting reelected. And these people are going to lose their shit.
Yeah.
The Elizabeth Warrens and the Gretas and the AOCs. And this is going to be bananas.
Yeah.
4 more years. You know how long 4 years is? 2024. Imagine. Oh my God, this is scary, but so fun.
Yeah.
You know? Nothing but content. Okay, mine is simply just some good old-fashioned social media fuckery.
Okay.
And that is good old R. Kelly. And by good old, I mean terrible person.
Yeah.
Just to clarify. There's been some news coming out about his girlfriends. I think originally they came out and said, yeah, we were held captive after a long time of saying they weren't. Then they kind of said, no, we weren't. Never mind, we changed our mind. I'm not really sure what's going on over there. It looks like a bit of a shit show.
Yep.
Something happened where now we have some infighting going on, and the two girlfriends actually got in an all-out fist-fight brawl in their hotel. And it looked pretty brutal. And it looked like there was maybe some CTE caused. Speaking of CTE, one girl just bashed her head against the wall. And they were just all out brawling and going insane. And I just think that, like, every now and then, thanks to social media, we get a quick little glimpse inside of the absolute madness going on in other people's lives. I can't imagine what R. Kelly, like, what are you doing if you're R. Kelly and you woke up this morning and you're like, well, there's 5 documentaries about me. I have all these charges. My girlfriend's just got done UFC fighting in the living room. What the fuck?
I don't think he's bothered. This is who he is. He doesn't care.
You don't think he cares?
No.
Has World Star suffered just because how quickly videos get out?
Yeah.
That
Because everyone's
would-
world star now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, we did it, guys. Is there anything else we're missing? Anything else you want to say before you head off to Paris?
Bonjour.
Okay.
So we'll get a
Best.
Paris update by Friday's episode? You may not call in, but
I'll text you something interesting.
yeah.
I feel like maybe we should try a best of. Maybe get Paul Ripke, maybe Deluxe if he's around.
If you want to get high tech, I bet you could find a studio.
Yeah, but those call-ins suck.
No, a proper studio. I think our problem is the call-in
It's coming off
software.
Wi-Fi.
But if you were to go to a studio in Paris,
At this time, it's like midnight, bro.
we'll do it
I'll be
earlier.
boozing it up.
He'll be wasted.
Yeah.
It's not good for anyone.
Bonjour.
Yeah, we know, yeah. He'll get canceled real quick.
What happens
Drunk
to
D.
all the cafes with the seating outside in the winter? They just lose 30% of their seating?
They
Yeah,
just
it's
layer
cold. No
up,
one's
and they're
there.
like, "Oh my God, is
You're
that
just,
a
like,
Saint
smoking a
Laurent
cigarette.
scarf? Is that a Saint Laurent scarf you have on? Oh my God!
All right.
I'll have another cappuccino." Okay, guys. Everyone have a great, last half of your week, and Anand and I will be back on Friday. See you later.
Ciao.